What's up, guys? I just died in the Ellie daily and I raged, so I stopped recording. And I know you guys were like, just leave it in. Like, we want to see you die, but I raged and I didn't want to post that. So I'm going to restart with, I'm going to do another trophy run because you guys were really receptive to that. And that's like the second daily in a row that I've died first encounter, which really stinks. But you guys were really receptive and supportive of posting the trophy run. So I'm going to go through and, try to have another decent trophy run to post for you guys as well if you're still trying to go for the trophy to complete a daily run on Grounded. But I'm starting with this screen because I wanted to thank you guys. I know I thanked you guys a few weeks ago when I came back from the break regarding the 1,000 subs. We crossed the 1,000 sub mark on YouTube. But I wanted to thank you guys again because I got approved and officially all set up for the YouTube Partner Program, which is really exciting. Like, I remember about 7.5 months ago being really excited because I was just about to organically hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, and it was in the middle of April. So for gaining, like, just posting these daily run videos and growing the channel that way, and now like talking about the opportunity to play other games on this channel, which is something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. And like 1,000 subscribers is nothing, but just like seeing something like since I was a kid, like start coming to fruition, like making online videos and stuff, and like have a crowd that's like really supportive and receptive to that is really cool. So I wanted to thank you guys for helping make this YouTube Partner Program a reality. In terms of like the monetization of everything, I'm not going to monetize these daily runs because I don't like the idea of you guys being able, or like watching a run and getting ads every 2 or 3 encounters. I think these daily runs and no return runs in general are best viewed when you can just view the whole run in its entirety without it being interrupted. I think it's a better viewing experience. So I'm not going to run any ads on the channel or like ask for any support that way. Well, not on the channel, at least not on the daily runs. Now, if I start posting other content, we'll see what that looks like. But in terms of like other ways you can support, I did set up the YouTube membership thing, and there's 2 different tiers, like the tier 1 and the tier 2. So feel free to take a look at that. I think YouTube outlines exactly what that comes with. I think the second one is like, you gain like members only access to like members only videos or something like that. So I could use that to post like alternate runs. If there were enough people, like I would use that to post like alternate runs or like these trophy runs or like other no return content or something like that. I don't like the idea of hiding like tutorials and educational stuff behind the paywall, but if I'm playing like alternate routes or something like that, aside from what I'm posting on the main channel, I think that's something that we could use it for. But that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to start the video by saying thank you. And let's just get into the daily because I have spent way too long yapping about that. So thank you guys again for making the YouTube Partnership Program an actual like reality. So looking at this board, I'm trying to determine what the trophy run would be. I died first encounter, like I said, but I think I'm going to try, like I was going to try to do this route. But I think this is a holdout, and I don't like the idea of a holdout being what we would use the trophy route for. But the route aside from that holdout is really nice. Now, the currency isn't that great, so I don't want to rely on getting the shotgun and then like completely just whiff the holdout. And these are really tough human encounters at the end. This is a hunted in Offices 2F again with invisible enemies. So, and then we also have this here. Now, the thing with Ellie is this route has good currency, and Ellie has really great Molotovs. So this might be a decent trophy route, even though it's a human route. And then logging camp, you can just hang out on the top floor. It's going to be a little bit different from the trophy run from yesterday because it was Bill and it was a lot of infected. But I just don't like the idea of this holdout happening here, despite being able, like this being a much easier route. The currency is just too low. So let's do the first encounter and then we'll decide what I want to do. We could do another holdout, but I kind of want to show some human encounters and how I approach those if I'm just trying to get through a run. So if I'm just trying to get through a run, I'm not even going to touch these clickers here because they're just going to cause problems. That's actually how I died in the actual daily run. I went to unchain one, or I went to stealth kill one and I unchained it. So here's the thing with hardware store. If you stand in this spot, you don't want to move too far forward, but if you stand in this spot, they're always going to spawn in the corner back and to the left. If you're out of position a little bit, they'll spawn elsewhere, but you can see they spawned right here. So the enemies, even if they start in search, they're always going to gravitate towards where you spawned. So they're going to move to this position. They can also spot you through the shelving here. So unfortunately, we did alert there really quick. We can just get the strike on that guy. We saw him move up here. So I'm just going to seek him out with a throwable and then wait for this other guy to show up. I don't know where he's at. All right. He somehow got behind us. I could use a Molotov here, but he's just going to rotate around until he finds some, because I don't know if this is going to be far enough for him to lose us, so he might try to go find some cover. Actually, he might lose us here just because he's been searching for long enough. And I'm just going to run up and get the strike on him. There's a lot of loot in this level too. Oh, I might not make it to the spawn in time. Maybe I did. Nice, I did. So same thing here. I'm coming this way this time because I didn't want to deal with the clicker that's there. All right, I saw a melee guy, saw a long gun. This is the wave I died in between this and the third wave, so I know that there's two melee guys here. So it looks like this shotgun guy is going to squeeze through. We do have this throwable. Right here. You can run up and get the strike on him. Now we got the throwable for this guy. We don't even need to use like no guns or like fine throwables for these guys, but I just am out of habit. So because we got 2 guns and then 1 gun, this is most definitely going to be a 2-gun wave. And it looks like it's 2 long guns. It's a rifle and a shotgun, so we got to be careful because both can one-shot us.
Think that was her? I'll check it out.
I don't like this.
Is that her? Nika.
Oh shit! Her! Over here!
So it actually got pretty close there. We almost got blasted by the shotgun, but we were actually able to go through that no guns, and all we did was manipulate the spawn and then find throwables and then get strikes where we can. So on grounded, you can't grab enemies from behind any sort of cover as they approach. Come on. Any sort of cover as they approach, which is difficult. Like, you can't grab enemies from the front like you can on the lighter difficulties. So you kind of have to use those strikes to your advantage. So we still put up over 500. It's because we went no guns, and we took 2 shots worth of damage. They were basic shots, and you can tell because on a crit, I was asked this once, like, how can you tell when it's a crit? the reticle, the damage reticle, is going to be much larger. It's going to be longer and it's going to be thicker. Pause. And then it's also going to hit much harder. Pause. So it's going to like really hit like a truck versus like the baby shots are just going to hit you and you're going to be able to move around like as normal. I think I'm going to do the human route. I don't think it's the best trophy route. Like this might be, but it depends how much you like holdout. If you don't like holdout, then the human route is going to be better. But I like this actually being a time limit. We're going to be able to use Molotovs, and we just got the trap mine recipe, so we're going to be able to do that as well. And they're just going to be coming to us. And then the logging camp one, hopefully we can just get something like a shotgun or even like bolt action rifle, something that we don't typically pick up when we're going for really high scores. And we can just camp the top there. So, all right, let's look and see what the shop has for us. I'm going to craft these just because we can. I'm going to get these because I like them. We want the stun bomb recipe because of that tree that we got. And shotgun's going to be really nice in those human encounters, so I'm just going to pick it up. And then we got stun bomb as well. Kind of similar to yesterday's trophy run on Bill, I'm going to upgrade capacity on the pistol just in case we miss shots. All right. So going to play this kind of similarly. Hold on. I want to make sure you guys weren't getting my voice twice in the recording. There's a chance you were for the first like 11 minutes of the video. So I'm just running through here and I'm mashing triangle. This is going to be an easy gambit to do because we're just going to... Well, unless Joel does it. So again, I'm letting the enemies come to me because the goal is to just survive, right? I'm going for that trophy. As soon as we dodge 3 times... I'm actually going to switch to stun bomb now. I think Joel hit this thing. So you kind of got to be on your toes a little bit for when they do go for like slaps and grabs. What did I say yesterday? 3 shots to kill an infected. If I feel like there's too many, you can just pull out the shotgun. Thank you, Joel. Oh my gosh. Joel was popping off that encounter. I really hope you guys weren't hearing my voice twice. That's going to be not good. So we did get slapped when there were a lot nearby. I stun bombed 2 of them, and I think I stun bombed a runner and stalker. And I killed the runner, but I think Joel shot the stalker out of the stun animation because it quickly came out of it when you should be able to, as long as you get fast melee animations, you should be able to get 3 strikes off if you were able to stun bomb 3 enemies. But I think Joel shot one and it took him out. So we took 29 damage from that slap. Stalker slaps do a lot, so I'm going to heal this back. We have a lot of currency, so I'm not really too worried. And next we have an Overlook capture coming up. So very similar again to yesterday. It's kind of a similar run to yesterday in these aspects, but I'm going to try to find the high ground and just rain fire down on them literally with the Molotovs. We're now heading into these human encounters, so I want that endure perk because if we get caught, then we're going to get shot. We want to be able to just take an extra shot before they finally get us. So we also want stun bomb recipe because of this tree we have here. Now we get smoke bombs, which is really nice. This tree I'm going to hold off on for now. Well, no, actually you can start it because this gives you arrow recipe and we're not going to be picking the bow up in this run. So we can just grab that melee upgrade now. We'll roll. And we're just going to get loaded up. And then we can pick one of these up for safekeeping. I'm going to save some currency because we want to make sure we're really square going into this encounter because this is only 9. So like we have 3 now. We'll get 9, that's 12. If we get the safe, we'll get a decent amount, so maybe around 20, and then whatever the gambit is. So hopefully we have around like 22 plus after this encounter. But we upgraded our mollies, so they're going to have plus 50% radius. So again, I'm just going to be searching for the high ground and trying to hit them with this. In the third encounter, our capture is going to have 6 enemies. So we're kind of like in the middle of the map. Not a great spawn, but so they can still spawn anywhere. All right, they spawned here. We can do this gambit too because again, we're not trying to go for no guns or anything. With these increased mollies or improved mollies, I'm going to try to wait for 2 of them to group up, which might happen here. If you light one on fire and she doesn't die, you can stun her. And it'll kill them, but they have to be, like, they have to remain on fire.
Where the hell'd she go?
Might be able to get unseen here. So again, like, she was on fire. That guy was just barely on fire, so we were able to stun him and get the extra
Where'd she go? Find where she's hiding.
kill off. Watch this. I'm gonna put this down. So he'll come investigate here. This shouldn't hurt me because of its location. Because I was around the corner from it. Found me. So what we can do here to finish out the gambit, because we haven't gotten a melee kill yet, is stun. Wow.
Nice try.
That's crazy. So we can stun. We can waste a stun bomb here. And then melee. And get the save. So that gave us the gambit and it gave us no guns. Hopefully we get a little lucky. I didn't think she was going to see us because her back was to us and I thought we were far enough away for the sprint. But if you were in a bad situation there, like if they didn't have a trap mine and that guy caught up, then you could have just pulled out the shotgun and shot him. So I didn't do any of that there. I was still kind of going into a little bit of muscle memory trying to play for no guns. But it wasn't like that difficult of a no guns and we weren't in the best position either, right? So they didn't investigate all the way. We were able to get stuns off with the stun bombs and we were able to do the gambit, which is cool, utilizing that trap mine, being a little tricky there. So what I say, 22 plus, we were able to do the gambit, get the safe, and save, and we got 23. So I was like right on with the calculations. Now, again, we're going to have time limit here. And we're also going to have Dina. So that actually helps. They also start in combat, so that helps as well. What we're going to do is go in there with all the explosives that we can. So I'm going to save this because there's a chance we might want to craft mollies. And I'm going to try to just buy as many of the explosives as we can. I don't want any of these right now. I don't think they're... Like, maybe the machete could be beneficial, but I would rather roll for trap mines and stun bombs. Like that. Because now we're full on those. So now if we need to, we can either craft a molly or we can craft a med kit because we do get increased healing from this tree here. I'm going to grab this because now we are going to have increased health, which is nice. And if we need to craft stun bombs or trap mines, we're going to be able to do that as well. We can also craft 2 melee weapon upgrades for a melee weapon that we either pick up or find on the map. Here I want to... The shotgun is great against human enemies. I mean, it's just great in general. So I'm going to upgrade the shotgun instead. Because if they get close, I'm going to rely on using that to get out of a situation instead of the pistol. Stability on the shotgun, both of them, the double barrel or the pump shotgun, isn't super necessary. You're never really aiming with it long enough to actually utilize it. All right, so the goal with this Jackson, place trap mines down on the choke points, like where they're going to be running from. We get 3. We have the trap mine recipe, but I would rather use stun bombs if we need to. So my goal is to use 1 trap mine every wave. And the best spot to kind of camp. I don't like camp. It reminds me of the Call of Duty days where like people were like, you're just camping. But the best place to post up, like, is going to be these group of cars. And one's always going to run here. Here's the melee weapon we want. And actually what we can do is just upgrade this now. So they're coming from there. And this is going to one-hit these normal enemies. So here's what we can do. And they should rush us now. I'm going to try to get a little bit further. This is just a better spot to sit. That guy's going to set off the trap mine. We can aim to force her to aim. So because Dina shot him, he's going to take 2 hits from that upgraded melee weapon. And she'll take 1 hit. So again, we're just finding a nice spot to post up, putting the trap mine down, and then using the shotgun to our advantage. Like, we didn't use anything more than 1 trap mine, a couple of melee kills. Yeah, a couple of melee hits. They might spawn here, which would really suck. So, same thing. Like, we didn't use any mollies, any stun bombs. Again, they're in combat. They're going to rush right to our position. Stealth, though, like, slowly meander. Here's what we can do here. Also, if someone's on fire and you shoot them once, it'll finish the fire out. So, like, that's where, like, 1 pistol bullet comes in handy because we didn't get the double kill on that molly. So, again, let's try to make her aim. This guy's going to set that mine off. Maybe a double kill from them. Nice. So that's a good spot for a mine. I like never use mines on this map aside from doing Hunted Infected, so that's actually kind of fun to play that way with humans. Alright, so they're going to rush in through this way. They also might wrap around, but they spawn like right in this building, I believe. She had a long gun, which was nice. We can use the shotgun to get these headshot kills. There's another brood over there. Here's a little tip about the Brute. I was hoping he would do that. The lower the Brute's health is, the more he's going to swing. So he's always going to start with one swing if he's at max. Then as he loses health, it'll become 2 swings. He was really close to dying there, so he went for 3 swings. Just like in the campaign, if you play the story mode. And then here, I'm actually going to use this. Because I want full ammo on the shotgun going into this logging camp that we're about to do.
Holy shit.
We also need a throwable. Having an extra throwable to take into that encounter is really nice. Here we are. So that actually wasn't as scary as I was originally saying when we were like looking over the route at the start. Putting those trap mines down and then just using the shotgun and the mollies to our advantage, like looking for different opportunities. Like I saw 2 enemies together, so I'm like, oh, what I can do is just use a molly. We didn't get the double kill, so you can just use the pistol to finish the one off that's burning. So like just a good tip, because I said it in the capture and I said it in that encounter. If somebody is burning at all, like any sort of like extra damage or attack on them is going to finish out the burning. As long as they're still burning when it happens, even if you throw a bottle at somebody. So we did it with the stun bombs earlier, or the smoke bombs. But if you throw a bottle at them, it's going to finish it out as well. A pistol bullet did it, right? So it's kind of cool to know that. We're looking pretty good on currency, and we're able to fully upgrade our trees aside from this, of course. So I'm going to buy more trap mines and try to save and try to do no guns on the boss, and hopefully we can, because we used guns yesterday, but I think we're going to be able to do it on Ellie today, because I think it'd be a good learning moment for both myself and you guys if you've never done no guns Rat King. It's a lot easier on characters that use mollies. And then same thing here, I'm not really crazy about the machete against human enemies. It's going to take 2 hits, and I don't really want to waste the binding and blade that we have on that. So because we're just going to play top floor of the logging camp and wait for them to rush up to us, because I believe they start in combat again, so they're going to be rushing our position. And I just realized I didn't upgrade the guns, but we have the shotgun as upgraded as we need. That's really all that's going to matter. So same thing I said for the last encounter. We're just finding a spot to post up, and it's going to be here. I'm actually going to wait here to try to manipulate the spawn a little bit. So you can do a couple things. Like if you were going for all headshots, you could wait for them to like find a camping spot like they're in here. Go for a headshot if you trust your aim. If you don't trust your aim, you could just shoot them a couple times. Try not to get shot, but let them know where you're at. So I had the pistol out. I didn't want to switch to the shotgun. 3 pistol bullets will kill her, because I didn't know she was creeping up. That guy will finish off like that. I didn't know he'd run up so quick. I just always like to listen here, because you can listen where they're climbing up. Oh, so I just heard him go, "Hup," so he might be climbing up the ladder. Just trying to do the gambit. And actually, we can wait on the gambit. Because it's offering health to us, so if we take damage, then we can actually do it to get our health back.
Better run, friend.
She's going to climb up the ladder, and we'll just be able to kill her. Thwack. Thwack. As you do this more and learn where they camp, like, they have, like, set positions that they like to camp in. Like, that's going to be one. That's going to be one. Either sides of these. So, like, even from a distance... Oh, I was going to 3-shot with the pistol. I didn't mean to shoot her in the throat. So, like, here are the... Alright. You can see 3 shots with the pistol. Finishes them off. If you don't trust your aim on getting headshots. I don't want to waste the shotgun, because now ammo's looking kind of tight, but we have all of these explosives. And we just got 6 more pistol bullets, so that's nice. And they might spawn in that cabin to our right. Alright, they spawn far. Let's see if I can show you what I wanted to show you. There's another brute. Wanted to show you that even with...
In here.
Oh, shit. I'm not going to be able to pull this out in time. Holy shit. I didn't even know he crept up. I was getting cocky, not watching. You know what? Man, I'm glad we had Endure and the upgraded health. Now we can do the Gambit, not waste the med kit, and the Gambit will heal us. Alright, they lost us. Alright, he's coming up now. Alright. That last wave didn't really go well. I got kind of cocky and I didn't know where they were going to sit. But ideally, like, if you're just trying to make it through the run, you can just sit there and let them push you however they're going to push you. Keep an ear out because they are going to make a little grunt noise when they go to climb up the ladder and when they're climbing up the crates or like the stack of logs to actually come and like attack you. So keep an ear out when you're playing that strat. Make sure you're using your ammo wisely. And then if you need to, look at that, almost 200 damage. That's crazy. But if you need to, that's when you can start like putting the trap mines at the top of the ladder or at the top of where they're climbing up and just let them walk up and like blow themselves up. And then if you need to, you can start throwing mollies at them. Like this route had a lot of currency and really good skill trees that are going to allow you to like play that way. So going into this final encounter, we're just going to grab any ammo we might need in the event we can't do no guns, but our goal is to do this without using guns. Now I'm going to pick up the machete because I like those extra bonus points that we're going to get from melee killing the stalker. I'm going to save the... I'm not going to craft any med kits. And I'm going to save these for... Molotovs. I'm going to save our explosives. I'm going to save these resources. I mean, the alcohol and the rag. I'm going to save the explosives and the canister for more trap mines. And the way this is going to look is very similar to how we played it on Bill yesterday. We're going to spawn in, immediately throw a Molotov, and then double trap mine. And hopefully the burn will take the Rat King to the point where the health bar disappears. Once the health bar disappears, you can throw a stun bomb and it'll like initiate the second phase. For some reason with this game, even though you're supposed to move into the second phase, it doesn't recognize that you're actually going to. So spawn in, immediately throw the Molotov. Now we're going to go double trap mine. And just let them burn out a little bit. If we see the health bar disappear, that's when we can throw the stun bomb. Doesn't look like it's going to, so I'll give it another volley. And that moved us into the second phase. But because we had the improved Molotovs, we also took damage. So I'm just giving it an opportunity to burn out now. And then once we run over here, we can craft all of these extra goodies. I'm not going to place the trap mine yet because this guy likes to come and ruin the party. Make sure you stun it because you do get stun points on him. Move forward for the trap mine there. And we gotta get the melee kill on this other guy quickly because he's burning. Where's he at? And we have the upgraded machete, so we were able to do that. So if you go into the encounter with a lot of resources, like you saw, we had enough to craft a lot of trap mines and a few Molotovs, then you're going to be able to no guns on these Molly characters, especially Ellie, because she has the improved Molotovs. We did damage ourselves a little bit, but we were 8 points away from getting a perfect score on that. And we were able to put up, you know, about 8,400, 7 points short of 8,400. So I like doing this trophy route stuff. It's a bummer that I die in the daily run, and it does really irritate me, and I rage, but I like having the opportunity to use like the channel as an educational piece if you are trying to go for the trophy. So it's just by chance I died in the first encounter 2 days in a row, and hopefully we can bring it back on the Abbey run because I don't particularly like dying the first encounter 2 dailies in a row, but we can again use it as an opportunity to do something different. So the hardware store, again, you're letting them come to you. I'm not even playing with the clickers. I don't want to risk them doing any damage to me or killing me or anything like that. And we're just trying to look for good opportunities to strike and making sure you have a throwable. Something that comes with playing No Return is learning these maps and learning where the throwables are. And that's just going to take repetition and practice. But as long as you can, kind of make mental notes of that and practice that, then you're going to be doing better in your runs. It's kind of one of those like unspoken tricks that like we're always looking for throwables because it's nice to have in the inventory. So that's a hardware store. The supermarket, again, Joel did a lot of the work, but just letting them come to us. If we need to pull out the shotgun, we can do that. If you get overran, just use a stun bomb, because we were able to do that when we had like 4 enemies near us, even though we only stunned 2. The Overlook capture, same thing. Try to find high ground if you can, or find a good position to just throw mollies and stun bombs at them. If you needed to in this run, you had the shotgun. Like, we got the shotgun right away because we also did the dead drop. So you can just blast them away if they do get really close. The Jackson Assault, that was actually really fun to play. We were able to put a trap mine down every round. If they got close, use the shotgun, and then use mollies if you need to. We found an opportunity to go for a double kill. It didn't work out, but we were able to do that, and then use the pistol as needed as well. The logging camp, I definitely think you guys are going to be able to do this a lot better than I did. I was getting a little bit cocky. I was getting, frankly, a little bored, like waiting for them to come up. But again, if you're trying to get through the run, just let them come up and shotgun them away, or use trap mines, or use mollies. They're Seraphites, so they're going to die really quickly to whatever you have, right? 3 pistol bullets to the body. Of course, you could do leg stuns. You could do headshots. A shotgun blast from close enough range is going to one-shot them. Mollies are going to one-shot them. Trap mines are going to one-shot them unless they're brutes. So just camp that top floor and let them come to you. And then the Rat King, because we had all those, if you don't have all those resources, there's a chance you might not be able to do no guns. That's why we bought ammo and we used it, just as like a failsafe, as a plan B from the shop. But you could just do what we did in the Bill run yesterday and blast away. So once again, thank you guys for making the YouTube partnership program possible. It's really exciting and really cool. I'm very excited for what this means down the road. Thank you guys for watching and all of the very nice, like, positive comments about the trophy runs. Unfortunately, like I said, I died in the Ellie run, but we were able to do this again, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's about it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for always sticking around, liking, commenting, subscribing, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we can post up an actual, like, competitive score for the Abbey run. All right, catch you later. Bye-bye.